The views and opinions expressed on From the Mouths of Madness are that of the panel and not of the Geeks Under the Influence Network or their sponsors, Amazon.com and tpublic.com. Listeners, beware. Coming straight from the Mouths of Madness, I'm one of the hosts, Lowdown. With me, as always, is...
F.U. Hunter. What's up, you southern bitches? Yeah.
You want to be a star, bitches?
Yeah, I want to be a star.
Like, that, dude, that was the biggest... Like, that happened within the first, 10 minutes where they literally used the same line.
Dead duck bitches. Dead duck bitches.
You dead duck.
Dead duck bitches. She stabbed the shit out of that duck.
Oh, no shit. Dead duck bitches, yeah.
Dead duck bitches.
Feeding that gator.
Yep.
What was the name of the gator? Thurman? So we began with a T, right?
Yeah. God damn it.
Right?
I did not take notes on that. Sorry.
But anyway, tonight on the chopping block is the 2022 film Pearl, which is the prequel to the 2022 film X.
Yep.
Ty West was busy last year.
Yeah. I think he's got another one coming out, too.
Well, Maxine is what you heard about in our first episode back. Listen to that episode when we kind of go into that movie. But yes, there is a third one that is the sequel to X, where she's in Hollywood. And yeah, I mean, again, that's an anticipated one for 2023 because the first two have been really good. Now, I will say,
I'm going to jump at the start. I want to know what she did to keep her man who rolls up in a whole bunch of crazy at the end of it.
No, they don't tell you.
That's what I'm saying. That's got to be explained in this next movie because I'm sorry. I roll up into that kind of crazy mess with that smile. Oh, shit, I got to go back and go check something. I'm getting the fuck out of Dodge. I'm not fucking hanging.
I got to go back to France.
Yeah, I'm just saying, the war doesn't seem as bad now.
Yeah, this is World War I, so I got to go back to France.
Yep.
Like in 1918, it's World War I. So that's the crazy thing is you're not going to get that explanation because Pearl's dead because they just use the same actress because Mia Goth played the Pearl in X.
Yeah.
And the young girl and she played Maxine in X. So Maxine is what the sequel's about coming out later in this year.
Yeah.
And because they put a bunch of makeup on her to be Pearl in X, she was herself in Pearl. So we're never going to get that explanation. Pearl's dead. She got fucking blown out the door by a shotgun. Then she also got fucking she had the best kill in X. I mean, it was a drive over head plot,
maybe
squish.
Just you live with someone long enough, you just kind of get used to it and
live with him long enough. The motherfucker was at war. He just got home. He's like, well, I've seen worse. What
she's not mustard gassing me, so
I mean,
mustard gas or a crazy bitch that has dead family in the
and that's what I'm going to get into on this episode. Like Pearl, that movie started and it really went. Ty West held no punches. And I got to give it to Mia Goth for just doing what had to feel absolutely fucking ridiculous while you were filming it, because there's scenes that hit. I'm like, oh, this is what the movie is. Okay, it's smart because it's a completely different tone than X. Yeah, but at the same time,
are you talking about when she fucks the scarecrow, or
I'm talking about just the way that the credits roll, the way that
that end credit scene where there's the fucking smile and then it starts to
go crazy.
Oh, man.
Sad. Oh, dude.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm talking.
I mean, we already knew she was crazy.
The beginning credits and her dancing and talking to the animals. But if you've seen X, you already know this bitch is nuts. So all that felt wrong. Does that make sense? Everything about her being nice and jovial felt off.
Oh no, I want to go to the scene with the movie theater guy, and they're back at the farm, and at first he's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get my fuck on." And she's like, let me take you to this. And these are my pet, and he starts, and she's talking about all of her animals in the barn.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, cool, I'm getting the fuck out of here.
Remember, he's like, well, what's the dog's name?
Oh,
we
don't
have a dog.
Oh, we don't have a dog.
You don't have, what about?
What caused all the mess in there?
Oh, so you mean you didn't want to tell me about your burnt mother dying in the basement.
But between her talking about the animals, and again, she was so proud of all her animals, like, what about your dog? And then it's almost like, oh, did I lie about it? I don't even remember lying about it.
That's the level of insanity. She doesn't even remember. She doesn't remember her lies.
Yeah.
And so this is 1918, and I didn't even look up what was the what was the disease? Was it cholera? What was the plague?
Spanish flu, I believe.
Spanish flu.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
We've had multiple plagues.
Yeah.
So people
that was Spanish flu one, I believe.
People acted like COVID was the first one.
Yeah.
No, we've been humanity's been dying of plagues for centuries. So so they've been isolated at the house, right? So and the mom is a German immigrant.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming both her parents were. You never heard the dad talk because I guess he got the Spanish flu and it fucked him up or whatever. Because remember, the mom said like he got sick.
Oh,
and paralyzed him.
Yeah.
I'm assuming that's what he got sick with.
Man,
I don't know.
What a living fucking hell. Like,
dude, I was like,
pissed.
Please kill me.
The mom is just shitty all the time.
Yeah.
And the dad's just like, kill me. Like, I mean, there's that fucked up scene where she grabs his throat, just like, which I can see the confusion because he looks dead.
Yes.
And then she chokes him and he reacts. So, oh no. He's still sadly alive.
She does that, she's like, "Are you in there?"
Yeah.
And she's like,
then now, I don't know if it was really for his to help him out, like
it wasn't. She's total narcissist.
But where she's like,
she's total
"Let me feed you to," when she rolls him out to there, and you're just like, "Wow."
And you see
his last thoughts would have been, "Ouch, ouch, 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 fuck, I'm dead." Okay, I'm dead. Yeah, that would have been it.
Like, it's like I want to die. Can't you just shoot me in the head? Why you gotta feed me to the fucking gator?
Yeah, like the worst way. Well, and that's him drowning while being, that's double fuck you whammy. That's a double fuck you whammy.
I don't know, but the gator was almost there. I feel like it would have been a quick chomp.
I was for a minute there waiting that as she's talking to her mom, the gator's like, "Oh, he's close enough," and just grabbed a leg.
That's what I thought.
I was waiting for it. So,
so I mean, we just get young early Pearl. All the story that was set up in X. How she was a dancer and, Howard loved me and this and that. And then, he went off to war and yada, yada. And I never got to do the thing. We basically just see that, but we see how, no, she's literally fucking certifiable.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah.
Because her mom is like, there is something in you and everyone will see it. And, oh, she's so right, though.
She's really so right. She's just crazy. Yeah.
She's just fucking crazy. It's not that,
she seems almost safe-ish, she just has a big imagination.
Yeah.
But there's that little bit of crazy, and as soon as someone acknowledges the crazy, then the full homicidal crazy comes out. As soon as you're fucking oh well, now you're trying to leave me, and now I got I only have a choice is to murder you. That's the only thing I can do now.
That's it. That's all I got.
And that's that quick turn. She can pick up. She's been around enough people that have been weirded the fuck out that as soon as they're like, maybe I should just go. You saw all the crazy. Okay, now I'm gonna murder you. So yeah,
and the biggest scene you see that in is you see it with the theater guy, but the biggest scene you see it is with her sister-in-law, where sister-in-law's like, "No, tell me," and then she does.
Yeah,
and I got that has got to she deserves something for that monologue because that was one shot focused on her and her just going through all of that.
I'd say that on the stage after they tell her no, the she built it up so fucking much. I mean, while she's doing the performance,
there's a way out.
As she's doing the performance, she literally inserts her in this huge stage production with the fucking soldiers. She's entering her, this is her dream. This is all she's ever wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, "Nope, you suck. Oh, you're not blonde too. You're besides everything else, you're not that talented. You're not blonde. You're not what we're looking for." And yeah, her reaction of just freaking the fuck out. They're probably expecting maybe a little upset, the girl that first came, as they're waiting, the girl comes out and she's really upset because they're probably mean to her too. I don't think they're expecting complete. We're gonna have to drag you
meltdown.
We're gonna have to drag you the fuck off stage because you're screaming and scaring the shit out of everybody at the table.
And that was kind of rough because
they were kind of a dick.
They were kind of a dick, and then she was the only inspiration she had was what she saw in films. And when the guy's like, "We already have 6 other girls that can dance like that. We're looking for something different." And it's
but we also, I think, see her dancing, but then she goes into that her imagination, and there's a It's Always Sunny episode where they're at the high school reunion, and all 4 of them stop and they dance to this George Michael song, and to them, like, they're doing all the moves right, and they're fucking just, and everybody's clapping, and then it cuts back to reality, and they're all just sweaty and screaming out loud and looking stupid, and everybody's looking at them like they're crazy.
Yeah.
I always feel it's like that, where
no,
she's like, I got the moves and stuff like that, but she's actually looking kind of ridiculous on stage.
No, but because he said we have, was it 6 or 10 other girls that can do what you just did.
Okay, all right.
Remember, he says that to her. It's like, we're looking for something different.
I would have just thought that's funny. It was like, it's just more, it's actually fucked up ridiculous, and to her head, she's like, I got this down, I did the step, like, and to her, everything's perfect. But in reality, because again, we can question her viewpoint of reality.
Yeah,
She could be not doing any of that shit, and then she's like, huh? And they're like, you took 2 steps and then just stared at us for a minute and then asked us how you did. Like,
that's
there's also that slight possibility.
That's true. Yeah. Like how? Yeah. Yeah. And I thought about that at first too. Like when she got done and there was silence. But then when he gave his explanation, I'm like, okay, because she didn't look like an ass. It's just she was doing everyone else could. Yeah. And after she did the monologue back at the farm, and the sister-in-law gets up, it's like, I'm going to go now.
Which you're not supposed to say.
And then she said, it's okay. And Pearl was like, it's okay that you got the part. We don't know if she actually did or not.
No, we don't.
Because she might have just been saying yes and thank you to Pearl because Pearl was off her fucking rocker.
Of all the people that are waiting for the audition, she was the only one with blonde hair.
True.
And they specifically said, we're looking for that all-American girl, blonde hair. So I think from what they said, Pearl just knows she got the part.
Yeah.
So,
and not to mention the big titties.
Oh, did she have big titties?
She had big titties.
I didn't. Yeah, okay.
She had big old boobies.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
They bounced a lot when she ran right before she got an axe in her fucking face.
Is that why she tripped? She tripped over her boobs?
It was the heels.
No, I know.
Yeah, bitches don't know to take the heels off when they run.
They never do.
They never know how to take the fucking heels off. You'll get
But you know what? She gets the exception. It's 1918. Guess what? Not a lot.
But you know who wasn't wearing heels that caught her and killed her with an axe?
Well, Pearl. Yeah.
Pearl wasn't wearing heels.
Yeah, but I'm just saying she doesn't have the knowledge of horror movies to know, bitch, don't do that. Because, unless they had a talk, he's like, take your heels off before you run. Like, like when being chased by a serial killer, take the heels off and watch out. Here she comes. Like, you didn't have that. So she's fucked. She doesn't have any kind of reference to that shit, all right? This just in, heels are bad when being chased by serial killers.
The truth. But, I mean, we just see that basically the movie Pearl is just a slow descent into madness. Like, she was already crazy. She was already hiding things about herself because the mom calls her out right before the mom gets caught on fire. Yeah. That, like, the things you do when no one's watching, a la what you mentioned earlier was grinding the fucking scarecrow and coming on a scarecrow. Which, that's
that scarecrow, by the way, they made it look like I was waiting for her imagination kick in because he had eyelids.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like, and I kept waiting for, again, not in reality, but in her reality, him to open his eyes, be like, yes, Pearl. But that didn't happen. But it was a realistic looking fucking scarecrow.
Could have.
Yeah. It looks like it. So. Not a lot of kills in this. I mean,
no, there weren't a lot of kills. The violence that happened was pretty fucking violent. Like when she cuts up her sister-in-law and feeds it to, what the fuck's the name of the goddamn alligator?
Let's call him Tony. Tony.
I'm pretty sure
hey. Yeah.
But yeah, Tony. And that's, I mean, but it just shows her like just slinging the head.
Yeah.
Slinging the arm.
Everybody gets a bite. She shares all the pieces. So.
Yeah.
But again, I mean, that's a scary thing. It's crazy. Not more serial killers. Others. Best way to get rid of the evidence. Just gobble.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like.
Because they eat everything.
Yeah.
Bone and all.
See, that's where Dahmer fucked up. He tried to keep that shit in his fridge and shit.
Because he needed food.
I know, but I'm just saying, if you have pet gator, once it goes bad, just toss it to the gator.
So he should have just drove from fucking Milwaukee down to fucking Louisiana.
Yeah, or just somehow had a little gator.
I don't think gators
in a baby
survive
pool.
in a Milwaukee climate.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
I'm pretty sure when you have 2 feet of snow on the ground, gators are gonna die.
All right. Well, there's other serial killers out there. Don't you worry. We can find one that lived.
Has there been one straight out of Louisiana? I feel like there has been.
Shit, yeah.
I feel like there has been.
Yeah.
I'm just missing it right now.
And if they weren't using the gator, they fucked up.
Well, yeah, fair.
That's why they got caught.
Some really cool stuff was when the mom caught on fire. She went on fire long, but she went up quick, and like I thought, oh fuck, like she threw boiling like hot water on her to put the fire out.
Yeah. That's
like that
another
was really
fuck
cool.
you.
That was really cool practical
That
effects.
effect. Yeah, I would say
on
that
her
effect was
face,
pretty cool.
You know, but then like
I like how when she goes to lay with her and she has the non-burn side, and then but you can know the other side's all fucked up, but you just see like she just looks like a dead mom.
And then she fucking hallucinates the song that her mom in German, whatever the German song was. To her, the lullaby. And then like I said, the husband comes home to fucking just
the fucking pig.
They left rot on the
been
fucking
sitting
porch.
a while because the fucking movie theater dude noticed that shit. Which again, another key. And I mean, when he gets inside the house, there's a few things to say. This shit's kind of fucked up.
Noise coming from the basement. Dad's just kind of.
But I'm saying you're waiting on the porch and there's a fucking roasted pig.
But that was
covered.
the mom's fault, though.
I understand, but covered in fucking maggots and all that. Like, there's something about like, hey, welcome to the house. Oh, yeah, we haven't thrown that out. It's just covered in maggots. Come on in. Like,
yeah.
It just gives a little weird tone.
But you don't know. I would argue that it might not have been that long because even though it was cooked, it was outside. Roughly, it seems like around the summertime. And the mom didn't want it because she thought anything that came from anybody else could be laden with disease.
Laden with disease. So she made I guess that was the husband's mom, right? Because that was the mom of the sister-in-law, so that's got to be the husband's mom. So
Pearl's mother-in-law gave him a whole fucking roasted pig, and Pearl's mom made her sit it on the porch. I bet that was only there for like 3 days before it started getting maggots. Because I mean, like sit outside.
We also know that obviously because this is a prequel to X, that her whole drive for marrying
was to get out of the farm.
Was to get out, and because I guess his family had money and stuff like that. But no, we know they don't do shit because they're just old ass motherfuckers.
He wanted to
back on the farm. Yeah,
but
that's what I'm saying. So it's kind of this weird thing where it's weird to think that he said no, we're staying here, and she said okay, unless it's like we're not gonna go. But you can kill the shit out of people. We'll kidnap people, put them in the basement. But we get to stay on the farm. She's like, all right,
okay, fine.
Yeah,
I guess
because that's the only I can't figure out how he was able to stand up to her. Because anytime anybody would stand up to her, she'd murder the shit out of him. So
yes, yeah. So I mean, yeah, not a lot happens throughout this movie. It's basically just these insane scene, like watching Pearl break down, and you get these just insane cinematic choices to go along with that. Like, like there's a lot of scenes of her riding her bike. Like, I almost feel like this movie is a comparison, like
that top
Wizard
hat
of Oz.
shit. Yeah. Oh, yeah. That kind of top hat kind of thing.
But I mean, like, it's her riding in front of the corn on her bike.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Dude, I'll say this. The fonts are that fucking Looney Tunes font, but it's shot, the color saturation, the way it's shot is fucking beautiful. I will say one thing with this is that this is one of those movies that looks amazing.
Yeah.
Like there's a lot of nice
100%.
wide shots, but I was just like, it's well shot. So.
Yeah. And I agree with that. It's very well shot. I don't think it holds up to X for me, honestly.
No.
Like,
I liked X a lot more. I mean, this one is, if you're a completist, in my opinion, if you're a completist, like, okay, like you can watch this. It'll explain the creepy ass naked lady.
Yeah,
in
it's
X,
worth watching, 100%.
But I don't think I'd have it in my collection.
I won't buy Pearl.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. I already own X, but
I won't buy Pearl.
Yeah,
no.
But if someone's asked me, like, I mean, is it worth checking out? Before you see X, sure,
because it's like the most heinous shit happens at the end, and even this movie. So like
you gotta be patient though, because it's not a horror movie.
No, it is a horror movie. It's
I know,
it is a horror movie,
but the first
it's a slow burn.
40 minutes.
But it's the way that it's shot. It's the style in which it's shot. It gives it's very cartoony at times.
Yeah.
So by the time you get to the violence, like with the sister-in-law chopping him up, throwing her into the the lake for the alligator. By the time you get to watching her bring the rotted pig in, which by the way, what have made it fucked up, like just might have pushed it over that edge to okay, as if she ate some of the pig. I was waiting for that.
You weren't sure because you got the whole family set up like, now it's time to eat.
So the dad, she suffocates. So at a certain point, she puts both
which
her
is
parents.
nice of her to do.
Yeah, I mean, he needed to die.
But I'm saying when the alternate was dump you in the lake, drown, and get eaten by, I think suffocation probably the best way to go out for him.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
So when you pull your now dead mom, burn all the shit out of the basement, pull your father in, and set up a dinner table and have dinner with them, pulling in the rotted pig. And she's eating something that she made, but I'm like, that's the meat. Did you eat that? But when the husband came home, it doesn't look like it had been touched. It just looked like it has been eaten away more by the maggots.
Maybe, unless it was cut up. I don't know.
That meat was like gray and green.
I didn't really pause and dissect it because I got the point of it. So,
yeah, but there was really good practical effects on the rotted pig. Really good practical effects on the just getting slowly more dead, like just slowly rotting. Because the way the mom looks when they first set her up around the dinner table versus when the husband comes home, we don't know how long the time was, but there definitely was some time because they looked way more like rotted than they did initially. But like by the time it gets to those scenes, the movie had been so cartoony that it didn't have like an impact. It was almost
kind of
like
the way I was feeling.
You know, if that was the point. That's fine.
It's an interesting way to see kind of the dissect, like her building up to homicidal crazy instead of just crazy, because you get the crushing of the egg at the beginning, the killing of the duck. So you have her taking out on fucking poor farm animals, and then she upgrades to fucking killing people.
She admits about the farm animals.
Yeah.
She's like, nothing that could hurt me none. Like, you focused on weaker things.
But it is kind of interesting to watch that build. I hadn't killed anybody up to that point.
Yeah.
It was just testing her killing skills on there. She loves that pitchfork. She brings it back for X.
She does.
Yeah, I'm going to say that's the same one.
Yeah.
And you picked up on the little nod to X in there.
Well, there was a couple. There was when they had the Don't Fear the Reaper van kill where she's standing over the dude and killing him. Like, that's what she did with her sister-in-law.
Right.
I
was just saying this specific when she's on stage and they have her stand right on that X. Yeah.
Well, like I said, they already reused the line, "I'm going to be a star." Like they have. There's multiple things that are referenced in X that. Yeah.
But again, for me, it passes enough of saying it's worth watching.
You should watch it if you like.
It's worth watching, but I don't need to ever own it, and I don't know if I'll watch it again.
No.
But I didn't hate it watching it. It's just one of those like, okay, now I've said I'll watch it. That kind of category of it. And if someone's like, is it worth checking out? If I'm planning to make it like a twofer and then watch X, sure. I won't say it's not good. It's just one and done.
Same thing, one and done. It passed for me. Like it survived. I enjoyed watching it, but not to the point where like I'm going to own it or I need to rewatch it. It was enough just to see how batshit crazy it was. So now when I go back and watch X, I'm like, oh yeah, you're fucking nuts.
And here's the thing. I'll say this: if I didn't know about X, you already know you're building this character who's the killer in X, so you're already kind of interested in her like story. I don't know if this was just a standalone. I already knew going into it, oh, this is going to turn into that crazy old lady that murders the shit out of people in X. I don't know if my interest would have been that as much if it was just a standalone movie. So
yeah, I don't know. I can't answer that because we don't know.
Yeah, that's
like if no one's ever seen.
I'm saying if someone said, hey, you should check out Pearl, in the setup, I'm like, okay. I think the drive more was that because we enjoyed X, we're like, okay, let's see more on the killer from the movie we really liked.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, that's a good point. So, I mean, like I said, it survived. Mia Goth did do great. It's the only actor I know of in this film. The monologue that she gave to her sister-in-law was great. The end credit scene, because it goes through the whole credits for the most part, and that was awesome.
Bonkers. Yeah.
That was, and they give you one shot of that in like the trailer, but like just the way she holds it, and then she starts to slowly
that
cry.
Fucking smile.
And it's like it's so insane because the smile kind of goes away, and then she just looks like just so desperately
and
sad.
maybe that's all right. Now the fun ends. I'm a wife again.
Mm-hmm.
So
maybe
the realization.
But hit us up at lowdownbrown@gui@gmail.com. Let us know what you think about what the franchise has done so far. Like I said, we know Maxine's coming out later this year. Did you enjoy Pearl as much as X? Where did that stand for you? We want your feedback. We'd love to hear from you. And also, go to GIPodcast.com. Check out all the other shows under the network. We got tons of stuff. Like, we mentioned at the end of last year, the flagship GUI show has ended. Along with GUI Nights, the flagship will only come out periodically, maybe 5 times a year. More of like catch up or to introduce new shows because we're going to have new shows starting on the network this year. So still keep up with GIPodcast.com. Keep up with the social media for all the other shows. And then you'll get updates about that. And also while you're on GIPodcast.com, go to our links tab and click our link to TeePublic. That's where all the merch is for all the shows on the network. Tons Tons of great stuff. I believe all our spooky designs are down because it's into the new year. We usually put them up in September, pull them roughly in the beginning of the year.
But you can still get the Madness Boys on some stuff.
Still get the Madness Boys. We got 2 designs. You get on tons of shit, but every show's got multiple designs, plus there's tons of tangential, just fun, random, episodic shit that is just glorious. So definitely check that out. And until we talk to you again, embrace the madness.
Join us at GUIPodcast.com.
In a world with too many reboots and remakes,
2 men will stop at nothing to make it even worse.
join Mike the Hobbit and Tondi as they play by their own rules while pitching new takes on some of your favorite and least favorite films and TV shows. What podcast would dare to bring this upon the world?
This is Smack My Pitch Hit.
My name is Amy Bogard.
And I'm Mike the Hobbit.
And we are the hosts of Deeply Upsetting, where we use our expertise to answer your most upsetting hypothetical quandaries, such as, what non-winged animal deserves wings?
And what body part deserves a secret mouth?
Which cryptid is the worst roommate?
These questions and more that plague you will be answered on Deeply Upsetting, available anywhere you get your podcasts and at GUIPodcast.com. Mike the Hobbit here,
Lowdown Brown,
inviting you to check out Geek Some of the Influence, a podcast that pairs booze with conversation with good friends.
and a little nerd culture.
We get a lot of colorful conversation out of our episodes, but it is here for everyone, no gatekeeping.
Always level up everything we do.
We'll punch up, never punch down.
Exactly.
So check out Geeks Under the Influence everywhere you get your podcasts and join us or die.
Shut the fuck up, Hobbit. Welcome to GUI Nights.
GUI Nights.
Yeah, I am Lowdown Brown. With me as always,
Mike the Hobbit.
this is the tangential side of GUI.
This is like so many of those other shows that has the after the show bit mixed with a little bit of Baywatch Nights, so it's a little sexier. It's a little bit after hours.
Also while tying it into the previous episode of GUI. So look forward to that too, because this comes out the week after the flagship hour-long episode.
So make sure to check out GUI Nights, and when you're done, you can...
Go the fuck home. Coming straight from the mouths of madness, I'm Lowdown.
I'm FU Hunter.
Do you love horror?
We fucking do.
So this is a podcast dedicated to all things in cinematic horror. We're talking movies, television, composers, special effects artists. We're gonna fucking cover it.
So if you love horror,
Embrace the madness.
Hey guys, Scotty P here with Smash on your left. And we are the Geek Fathers. That's right, bringing all the trials and tribulations of being a geeky parent.
So welcome to our world.
And as always, join us
Or cry.
In a world of blockbuster movies, there's another dimension.
The dimension of schlock cinema. Join us at Beautiful Disasters on a journey into the fringe territory of B-movie abandon.
We review the flicks that are forgotten or underappreciated to give them a proper place in the annals of celluloid history.
I'm the Groots,
FU Hunter.
your guides at Beautiful Disasters. Come along with us for a fun ride. May
May the schlock be with you.